All right, everyone, we will go ahead and get started. My name is Naley McKamish, and I'm the Director of Marketing and Business Development at McKamish. We are a local mechanical contractor affiliated with the MBA, and I also sit on the MBA Marketing Committee. We'd like to thank everyone for signing up for this final webinar in the three-part series. Mary, if you could go to the next slide. So the first two webinar recordings can be found on the MBA's website. The first was about the MBA social media plan, and the second is on why social media is important and what platforms are out there. Today, we're going to focus on social media content calendars, so what they are, the options that are out there, and where to start when you go to build one. I'm going to go through some slides now, and then we'll open it up for any questions that you may have at the end. So what is a social media content calendar? I should start by saying that there are different levels of social media calendars that we'll go through in the next slide. But in general, social media calendars help to organize and schedule social media posts in advance. They help you customize when and what content gets posted to what application, so Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. It helps you manage overall campaigns over long periods of time, and it tracks deadlines and helps keep your marketing team and yourself accountable, which is really helpful. The types of social media calendars that are out there, there's obviously the old-fashioned handwritten one. There's Excel spreadsheets, and then there's the actual software applications. So I think it's important to recognize what will work for your company's marketing strategy. A couple things to consider when you're looking at the different types: the size of your company and your marketing budget, the audience that you're trying to reach, and then the type of posts that you typically publish. So for example, if you're a large general contractor with a more flexible or larger budget with multiple people on your team, a software application would probably make the most sense for you. However, if you're a smaller subcontractor or an affiliate member with maybe a small budget or no budget, and you're a one-man team, then you might not need the full-blown software application. But for today's purposes, we're going to focus on the spreadsheets and the software application. We won't focus on the Post-it note in the top left. So there are a lot of benefits to using a social media calendar. It helps organize the chaos, which we all know in our business there's a lot of. It holds marketing teams accountable. It saves time to focus on other work. So for me, this is especially beneficial because I am a one-man team. So, when you're trying to juggle proposals and all the other things that we do, sometimes social media gets forgotten about, and I'm very guilty of that. And then it's good to start tracking your results, and you can therefore improve your overall results, such as views and likes. So the first, we'll talk about the spreadsheet method. So there's a bunch of different templates online. If you actually just Google social media content calendar spreadsheet, you can download ones. There are free ones. There are ones that you just pay for the spreadsheet, and then it's just a one-time payment. So there's different options out there. The one you see on the screen here is actually a free downloadable template off of HubSpot. So this spreadsheet specifically is extremely customizable. So you can organize it and color code it to fit your business and each post. So if you're doing a holiday campaign, if you're doing a job update or an employee event, each one in the top right can color code to match that, so you can easily recognize what you have coming up. You can schedule out months in advance by creating new tabs per month. So if you have December 2021, you'd have your January 22, February 22, etc. So as long as you have the content available, this can trigger and then link to your where you're actually linking your content. What I mean by that is, so at the bottom here, if you want to go back really quick. At the bottom here, there's the content repository. So you can actually, if you have holiday campaign, that can link to that tab where it'll describe to you what you had envisioned for that campaign. And then there's a bunch of other different tabs across, so you can see what exactly you posted to each application, and it helps manage that process. So you can go to the next slide. Next, we're going to talk about the software applications. So there's a lot of different applications out there. Some of the more popular ones are Hootsuite and Loomly. Screenshot of the bottom is what it looks like when you go to log into Hootsuite. The benefit of the actual applications is that it links all of your business social media accounts. So with one post, you're actually posting to all of your social accounts. It is important to know that if you choose to go the software application route, all of your social media accounts have to be set up as business accounts and not personal. There is a difference slightly whenever you go to set those up, but if you have them running as business accounts, the entire application will run a lot more efficiently. So I'll be showing some screenshots today of the Hootsuite application. Okay, so this is McKamish's dashboard for Hootsuite. So when you log in, this is the first place it takes you. There's a lot of different functionality on this page. It's kind of like your home navigation page. So under to the left, you have My Board. So it lists all of McKamish's social media accounts. So if, for example, one day I just post to Facebook and I don't want to link it to Instagram or LinkedIn, I could go into my board of Facebook. The other thing is, as you move along further to the right, you have My Posts. So that is actually a scroll bar where you can see all of your past posts that you've created. The next column over is the scheduled column. So you can, like, if you have multiple scheduled out, you can scroll through there. And then that little pencil icon at the bottom there is where you actually click to schedule posts. So we'll take a look at what scheduling a post looks like now. So when you click that pencil on the previous slide, this is kind of a pop-up box that opens up. And when you're looking at this, there's a handful of different features. So it shows you where you want to post to. So if you want to post to all 3 of your accounts, 5 of your accounts, whatever you have linked, you can select which ones. If I don't want to post to Facebook today for whatever reason, I can exit that one out and it'll just go to the other 2. Underneath that, you have your text box. So it'll actually show you how many characters you have left for each of the individual applications. And under the media, you can add pictures, you can add video, you can add links, blogs, whatever you have, any kind of graphic. So then over to the right where you see like Facebook page with the gray background, this is where it will show you what it looks like on each of the individual sites. So this is important because, for example, Instagram tends to crop pictures like automatically sometimes. So you might want to scroll down and dive deeper into what that looks like in Instagram to make sure it's all uniform and how you want it to look. So then at the bottom of the page, we have where you actually schedule it. So you would click like, Friday, October 8th at 10 a.m. When you open that up, another little pop-up box comes out. And there's where you select the date and time that you want to schedule. The nice feature about these software applications is it'll actually give you a recommended time. And so it'll tell you that, you might want to post it at Friday at 10 a.m., but if you wait till Friday at noon, you'll get more likes, you'll get more views, and that just helps your overall building of your pages. Yeah. So viewing your calendar, this is what it looks like when you have your posts scheduled out. So you can view this in day view if you post multiple times a day. You can view it in week view if you post multiple times a week, and then of course month view. This is kind of an important reason why it's before you decide what to do with a social media content calendar, you really analyze what your typical posts look like, how often, how frequent, to best decide what route's the best for you and your company. So then all of the software applications out there give you the ability to view and analyze your analytics. It is important to know that the more analytics that you want to view and manage, the more the software costs. So for example, like the most basic platform of Hootsuite is X dollars a month. But if you want to be able to analyze this data, and this data, it'll cost a little bit more. It does have a wide range of possibilities and what you can analyze and the ways that you can view it. So that's super helpful. But I would say overall, I think the most important parts to analyzing and when deciding what kind of content calendar works for your business is to look at who and where your viewership is, so AKA which, applications you guys are on, and to remember that the end goal of social media in general is to build a better brand and drive sales. So weighing all of these things, where you guys actually reach the most people, will help determine what kind of social media content calendar works for you. So if you have any questions, you can actually just contact the MBA, or you can have my contact information. We're having some technical difficulties. So my email address, for anybody who doesn't have it, is naleym@mckamish.com. That's NALEYM@mckamish.com. And then Mary at the MBA also has all of my contact information too. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know it was super, super fast, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys may have, or help bounce any ideas that would possibly work for your business. So thank you guys again for tuning in.